Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Emily and I post a ton of bookish content, and for today's video it is time to go book shopping with me. So we're gonna be heading to Indigo and I have a whole list of things that I want to get. If you're not aware, Indigo has a staff appreciation like a couple times a year. I am ready. I've already put in an order on the website. But at the end of this shopping trip, we are going to sit down and I'm going to show you guys everything that I bought, and I'll show all the stuff that I ordered online as well, just with like photos. I am just waiting for Nick to get into the car and then we're heading off. I think we might do like a little date too at a coffee shop and then go, because I do already know what I want and obviously I work there so I know where it all is. It's not going to take me that long. But yeah, it's going to be very relaxing. I am so excited. If you have not already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you see more bookish content from me and you can get to know me as a person a little bit more. I'm just so excited right now. I'm probably going to be spending at least $100. That's my guess. Okay, you guys, we're home now. I am comfy in a huge cap shirt and I bought books. I bought a lot of books. In total, I bought 8 books plus a couple for other people, so I'm not gonna mention those in this just because they're gifts. And I think 2 books online and 2 or 3 just like normal lifestyle items. So I'm gonna show you guys everything. I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but this is all stuff from my work. We have a staff appreciation a few times a year. I tend to go pretty ham, so I'm gonna show you everything that I bought. I think I'm gonna start with the lifestyle things because there's only a couple, and then we can get right into the books. First thing that I have on hand lifestyle wise is this adorable little thermos. Ever since moving here, I know that the winters are gonna be a lot colder and I really want to start eating more like soups and chili and stuff like that. This was already on sale plus a discount, so I had to pick it up. And the nice thing about it is it comes with like a little foldable spoon, so this was like the perfect size for me, and I really liked the simplicity and like sleekness of the way it looked. Very, very happy with this purchase. I cannot wait to be using this all winter. And then the other 2 things I did order online. So the first one being, which I've already owned one of these but I wanted another one because they're great, is this fresh linen candle. It's like a half moon shape. It smells so good. It makes your house smell amazing. Brand new. Spanking new. So I picked up that, and then I also picked up this really cute sugar bowl. I've been eyeing this for a while on the website and it actually went on an even bigger sale plus the discount, so very excited about that one. And all of that should be coming, that plus the 2 books should be coming like in a couple weeks. So since we're talking about everything I ordered online, the 2 books that I ordered online I will talk about now. The first one is Unite Me by Tahira Mafi. This is the 2 first novellas in the Shatter Me series. I am really enjoying Shatter Me right now, and I wanted to just like right away dive into different points of views in the novellas. So that should be coming in a couple weeks and I cannot wait to read that, hopefully in September, maybe in October, but that is the first one I got. And then I decided to hop on the bandwagon. I might do a video about this, I might not, but I bought Magnolia Park. I got Magnolia Parks, and if you're not aware, this is like blowing up on TikTok right now, and it's basically Gossip Girl
on crack
in London. So I'm going in with like no expectations. I have a feeling this book is just going to be irritating, insane, toxic, but I don't care. I am going into it knowing that, so I think that it'll be interesting and a lot of fun to read. Those were the 2 I ordered online, and now we have this lovely stack here of books that I got for my work. I'm just gonna dive in. There's no rhyme or reason at all to this, but first one being the last book in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, and that is We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. This one here, I read the back and I really shouldn't have, but I read the back and it's insane what happens in this story. Like, I really hope I like the next two because I've only read the first one and I really enjoyed it. But I do not have high expectations, so we'll see. I do really like the way they look all together though. That's what they look like all together. So once they're on the shelf, they're gonna look freaking adorable and I cannot wait. The next book that I picked up, I jumped on a bandwagon of a book that's been really popular lately, but the story itself does sound super interesting to me. So this is Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. If you don't know what this is about, it is technically a contemporary fiction, but it has a lot of romance in it, and it's about a girl who interviews her celebrity crush and they end up hitting it off. And yeah, very Wattpad-y, very fan fiction-y, but there is like a then and now aspect to this book, and I'm a huge fan of seeing the past and present, so I really can't wait to see how this goes. I've heard there's a lot of comedy in it as well as deep moments. This cover is just adorable. Oh, the next book. Guys, you already know that this book has my heart. Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. I read the Heartstopper series. I just read this winter last month and that one was okay. But this one, I think this is going to be a good one. So this one is basically Charlie and Nick, I think a year or two later, and Nick is 1 year older than Charlie, so he's actually going off to college, and it's kind of just seeing their relationship and how it progresses or doesn't progress once he goes to college. So I'm really excited to see where this relationship goes, but on the front it does say this is literally a love story. So I have high hopes that they will end up together in the end, but yeah, that is Nick and Charlie. I'm very excited to read it, and it's super short. It's a novella in the Solitaire universe. So if you like Alice Oseman and you haven't read this, maybe you should. Next up, we have another romance. I loved Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor and Jenkins Reid, and I own The Seven Husbands, which I do plan on reading maybe in November, but I did pick up the new cover of One True Loves. I am super excited to read this one. If you're not aware of what it's about, it is about a woman named Emma who gets married to her high school sweetheart. He travels for work and ends up getting in a helicopter crash and supposedly disappears or dies. This isn't spoiler at all, don't worry. So then 10 years later, she is now getting over him, her late husband, and finds this other man that she is now getting engaged to, and her previous husband now shows up. He's been trying to find her all these years, and she has to decide which one is really her one true love. So it's a pretty basic story, but I've heard it's a really good book, and I cannot wait to see what the hype's about. Alright, next we're gonna switch it up with a fantasy book, and this is the last book in the Folk of Air series by Holly Black. So The Queen of Nothing is the third and final book in the Folk of Air series, and I have no idea what it's about. I don't want to read the back because I know it will spoil stuff for me like it did with The Summer I Turned Pretty. So this is the second book. I do have all of them now. They look so good all together. I'm so happy that I have these. Oh my god. But yeah, in this series we do follow Jude and Prince Carden. And all I know is that the first book is very like enemies to kind of lovers. It's a fantasy, and Jude is a mortal. Prince Carden is a fairy. He's immortal. And there's just like a lot of action and drama and violence and stuff. So I have no idea where this is gonna go, but The Queen of Nothing is giving me an indicator that she's gonna kind of be a queen at some point. I don't know. This is my favorite cover of the whole series though. This one I have seen in a lot of places, but it's not as popular, and I don't know why, because if you go on Goodreads and you look up this book, it has like a 4.5 star rating. It is highly regarded. It is a YA, I think, kind of thriller called The Female of the Species. So I'll bring that up so you can see it a little bit better. The Female of the Species, and it is by Mindy McGinnis. This book sounds so interesting. It says, Alex Kraft knows how to kill someone and she doesn't feel bad about it. 3 years ago, when her older sister Anna was murdered and the killer walked free, Alex uncaged the language she knows best, the language of violence. While her own crime goes unpunished, Alex knows she can't be trusted among other people. Not with Jack, the star athlete who wants to really know her, but still feels guilty over the role he played that night Anna's body was discovered. And not with PK, the preacher's kid with a defiant streak who befriends Alex while they volunteer at an animal shelter. As the senior year unfolds, Alex's darker nature breaks out. setting these 3 teens on a collision course that will change their lives forever. It does say it won an Edgar Award, and Mindy McGinnis artfully crafts 3 alternating perspectives into a dark and riveting exploration of what it means to be the female of the species. Basically, it's about a young girl who kills someone, and she has very violent tendencies, and yeah, I don't really know what else, but I am so excited. I think I'm gonna read this in October. We got 2 more to go and then we're done, you guys, I promise. So first, this one has been highly regarded and something I've been really wanting to read for a long time. A lot of people I've worked with at Indigo have said this is such an amazing book. So we have If We Were Villains by Emil Rio. This one is definitely more of just like a dark academia fiction kind of, but there are 7 main characters and they all have bright futures ahead of them. Until that year, we saw no farther than the books in front of our faces. On the day Oliver Marks is released from jail, the man who put him there is waiting at the door. Detective Colborne wants the truth, and after 10 years, Oliver is finally ready to tell it. So we follow 7 friends who all tend to play the same roles on stage. They all go to this Shakespearean kind of school of arts, and they were all being questioned then and now. So there's a then and now aspect, which again, I really love. And they were all being suspected as murderers 10 years ago during an investigation when one of the 7 of them died. And one of them, obviously, in the now, has been convicted and was in jail for that long. And at the end of the synopsis here, it does say, so during the then, that after the real violence invades the students' world of make-believe, in the morning, the 4th years find themselves facing their very own tragedy and their greatest acting challenge yet, convincing the police, each other, and themselves that they are innocent. So I think it's kind of like a contemporary mystery or something like that, but it does have Shakespearean aspects in it, which I think is really cool. So this one will definitely be on my fall reading list. We've made it to the last book, and this one quite possibly might be one of the most interesting out of all of them. It is Manhunt by Gretchen Felker Martin, and I have no idea what to expect by this book, but it says, Beth and Fran spend their days traveling the ravaged New England coast, hunting feral men and harvesting their organs in a gruesome effort to ensure that they'll never face the same fate. Robbie lives with his gun and one hard-learned motto: other people aren't safe. After a brutal accident entwines the 3 of them, this found family of survivors must navigate murderous turfs, a sociopathic billionaire bunker brat, and awkward relationship dynamics, all while outrunning packs of feral men and their own demons. Like, that sounds so cool to me. This is a horror book. Tori Peters, for example, who wrote Detransition Baby, said this was fun as hell. And also someone else said, every 10 years or so, a horror novel comes along that pushes the genre to terrifying new heights. Manhunt is such a novel, an emotional buzz saw of a book that left me shaken. This is definitely on my October reading list, but I am so fascinated and I cannot wait to read this. Alright, you guys, we have reached the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming shopping with me, finding some of these books, because I don't typically do come book shopping with me videos, but nonetheless, I had a great time, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of the books that I shared. I hope you guys maybe got some new recommendations for the fall months, or even romances for any time of the year. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Turn that notification bell on as well, because it helps you guys see my videos more so that we can hang out and talk about books together. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys.